We're back. We're back. We're back. We are back. We are back. We are back. We are back in the place. Finally, we have returned to YouTube after the ban of bans. After the ban of bans, we are back and we are live. Xavier Randall is in the place.
What's up, y'all?
Al, aka Dusty Bit Brown, is in the place. Antonio Coleman will not be in the place. Unfortunately, again. Larry will join us tonight. And in future podcasts, our main man Vince is back on the East Coast. So Vince will be back on the show after what 2 year hiatus being in the Midwest. So he'll be back. But fellas, it's so good to see y'all, man. Al, I saw you last week. We see Stay Puff is in the place. We see the comic book G Spot is in the place. We see Kingdom Comics is in the place. California Blend is in the place. Steve Whiten is in the place.
Stone Cold.
What's up, Stone Cold? What's up? What's up? What's up, fellas? Hey, man.
Oh, man.
It's good to see y'all boys, man. It is good to see y'all, man.
It's been a long time.
It has been a long time. It has been a very long time.
Hey, we need to tell the story about how we got exiled outside of the YouTube universe, man.
You want to tell it?
I'll tell it, sure.
Go ahead.
Hello. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We are glad that you are here. Thank you for your viewership. As always, we are back. Just to make a long story short, before we get this party started, what had happened was we had gone through a series of shows. One of the shows that we actually had Stay Puft, aka Sean. Shout out to Sean on the show. And during this show, we talked about a myriad of things. We talked about movies, we talked about comic books, we talked about wrestling, we talked about a whole bunch of stuff. Now, during
fresh off of music and everything.
Yeah, right.
Good vibing.
We were like, all we needed if it was legal was some weed. That's pretty much all we needed, right. And maybe some White Castle hamburgers or something. Anyway,
set forth from Crystal.
Basically. So anyway, what had happened was we went to this channel that I actually had subscribed, and indirectly us getting banished from YouTube is like my fault, but I didn't know what was going to happen. It happened. So what happened was the channel that we went to was a channel. I'm not going to tell you the name because I unsubscribed to them because they some simps. But basically what happened is that we were watching videos. We went to What Culture. We went to a few big channels.
We did Watch Mojo.
Yes, we did them. We did What Culture. And basically what we did was what's basically known as my mind
reactions.
Yeah, thank you. Reaction. We did reactionary videos. We played videos, top 10 wrestling, the whole nine. So we get to this one channel, and this one channel basically shows a whole bunch of old Japanese movies and shows from the 70s, like the robot movie, like Ultraman and all them Kamen Riders and stuff. And I promise you, we probably didn't watch, but what? How much of that did we watch? We didn't watch it.
Maybe.
Technically,
maybe 3 minutes at best.
Technically, it was a 3-minute long clip. But we only saw 30 seconds because it was choppy.
It kept buffering.
Right. So we didn't even show the whole thing.
We didn't even show the whole thing. The dude was choppy. The dude that we was watching looked like he was pop locking. That's how bad it was choppy. Like he was breakdancing back in '83.
Like Max Headrone was stuttering.
There you go. That's a better analogy. Thank you. So anyway, we went about our business. We had a good show. We were vibing, chilling, and everything. Like I said, Stay Puft was on. And Matt can tell you the rest because somehow or another they found out that we had checked their stuff out, and they put the band, they put Moonmere and Stormbreaker on top of us. So.
Yeah, they pretty much handed us a nice 2.5 month ban. And so that's why we hadn't been able to do any live streams. So we were literally just kind of sitting in purgatory.
And took away a great video.
Yeah. Yep, which was probably actually one of the best videos we did
It
in a
was one
while.
of the best
Yeah,
ones.
that
Yeah.
we've done in a while. So we hate that you all did not get a chance to see that. But we are back. We are back. We are back. And shout out to uh, Boat Right Family and Comics. And
Oh,
Derek Thomas is in the building. What's up, brother DT? So we are going to get right down to business. And let's hop right into this thing, y'all. Um, the modern comic book industry is on fire right now. I think this is probably, at least since I've gone back in the collecting game, this has probably been the most active that I've seen the modern comic book market. I'm talking Thor 5 and 6. Have y'all had a chance to look at Thor 5 and 6 the last couple of days?
Hmm.
I know I don't know if Sean and those guys talked about it there on that show, but it is absolutely astonishing to see that Black Winter is on the way. Black Winter, I think, debuts either this issue or next issue, one of the two. I hadn't been reading Thor, so but I do know that there's a major character showing up. Well, I can tell you now, 5 and 6, one of those two is going to probably end up being a book you want to have. Those books, number 5. Let me see if I can pull up here. Let me see if I pull up eBay here. Let's
Oh,
go.
hey man, the quality of your microphone just multiplied like
right.
KFN times 20.
Right.
Is it too loud, fella?
It's all
No,
right. It's
Oh,
okay.
okay.
you went from 8-track to Memorex just then.
Okay. I no clue. It's technology, man. Y'all let me know if I go out and go. I'll switch. I got my other headset. I just
You all right? Keep
all
going.
right.
Keep going.
All right. So let's pull up
Is that a 5 hour in the shot?
Oh, God damn it, sir.
eBay. All right. So this is what we're looking at already. Can y'all see that? Is it am I streaming?
Yeah.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
good.
Okay. So we're looking at $18, 50, 30. I mean, this is a book that just came out. I mean, look at this.
That's way lower than what I've been seeing it for.
Let's see. Let's see if we got Thunderstorm here making the night. But I mean, this is a book that's just hit the market, and it's already at this price. Now the question is it gonna hold? Judging by what I've seen with Venom, we can go do Venom. I mean, for those who don't know, I mean, let me switch my settings here. There we go. Let's go a little
And
fast.
that's not even the one.
Here we go. No, third frame. I mean, this is a book that was last year, right? Last year we're looking at.
Yeah. I think it was.
Yeah, I know Steve. Hey, Steve is. I wish we could bring him up, but Steve is. We'll bring him up later on. We'll open it up later on for folks to join the panel. Um, this is quite. I find it quite amazing, man. Like books like this. And we were talking about this in our private group. The Invincible Iron Man was it 9 with Riri Williams, and how that book has just exploded within the last in the last couple of weeks. And yeah, Sean said 325 in one day. Yeah, I mean that's where we at. And you have to ask yourself, can will this will this be something that can sustain itself? I talked to Antonio earlier. Now, ironically, I talked to him on the phone earlier, and we were talking about how the market is basically what's happening is that the internet is basically pushing the flames of some of these books. And so, if there's we talked about this last week. If there is a situation, Xavier and Al, where you have a major character, you have a fan favorite character, and you have the first appearance of a character, and there's relevance with that character, then it's all the perfect storm. I think you're going to have the same thing that happens with Black Winter when Black Winter drops, because a lot of people are looking at him as a major villain. That's kind of more of the cosmos type deal, Galactus, all that kind of good stuff. So people are kind of already speculating, which is why you're starting to see that book starting to trend a little bit. So the so basically, I think it was Jeff on the last week's show we was on was saying get the second print of Thor number 6. I think it was number 6. He said number 6 or number 5. One of them. He's on the cover.
Number 5.
Number 5. Well, no, he's going to actually not the silhouette, but he's actually. It's a debate. Really, at this point, it's kind of like y'all remember when we had the Red Goblin. Y'all remember that the Red Goblin about 3 years ago, where it was nobody knew what the first appearance was. Everybody was speculating on which one it was, so all the books were all over the place. This is the same kind of situation you're gonna have with Thor. I mean, Venom's kind of writing itself out, but still, you still even have debates on that.
Same thing with Batman Beyond.
Yeah, Batman Beyond. Batman Who Laughs. That we do have the definite, but then people are still saying, he's a panel here, he was on here, So you run into these situations to where the spec fuels the fire of a lot of these books, and all it takes is just like I was listening. I think it was Al brought it up earlier today with Beulah, where Beulah was saying that a video game character should not send the price of a book through the roof, and I agree wholeheartedly. If there's a let's use we'll use Miss Marvel.
I think it depends.
We'll use Miss Marvel. Well, in this case, what I'll do is I'll say it like this. Let me put it to you this way, X. Like I'll say it like this: is let's say this character just comes out. Let's say let's just use we'll use Black Winter. So Black Winter he just comes out and he's a DLC character in Avengers. Why would that book go from $5 to $2,000 that quick? I think that's what the illustration that Beulah is trying to use. That some of these characters, it's just ridiculous that the prices are because they hadn't even been used for anything yet. There's no gravitas in the MCU universe. And so what you've got these books that are absolutely flying through the roof. Kingdom Comics just brought up a good point. You remember when in the Teen Titans when what's the character in Teen Titans, man? That was hot, man. The new girl that they oh man.
From my Lobo's daughter.
Yeah. Y'all remember what that book was going for about 2 or 3 years ago? I hadn't checked the prices on what it is, and if anybody's in the chat, you go check that Teen Titans first appearance of Lobo's daughter. I can't think of a name now.
I got a name too.
Yeah, but it was basically a little bit, but basically, that book was trending out of the roof. Crush, that's it. Crush. It was out of the roof, and so basically, what we're getting to, man, is that the industry, the internet, and speculation is an all-time high. Just sending these books through the roof because some of these books, guys, are books that we bought 3-4 years ago. Hip hop variants. Never thought anything about it. You just picked it up because you like the cover. Well, fast forward 3 years, you got the most random covers going for outrageous prices, And so I think this is a trend that we're going to see for a while. And I'm not sure. I don't know how long this can keep up, but I can just tell you that the flames of the fire will be fueled by the internet.
How much longer do you think COVID-19 is gonna last? Because I think that's what's pushing the values up. Because a lot of these people are trying to have a quick come up because they ain't got no other source of income. You think about it, you got all these folk working from home. All they doing is sitting behind the keyboard and looking up stuff, and then like, well, I got this. Let's see if this pans out. Because when you're looking at, let's just say, Marvel and Disney, a lot of their stuff is being put on the back burner because of this right here. So now that's just giving people more time to build up spec for individual characters, and they're just trying to push it through. There you go. But I think as long as people are sitting there trying to find the next come up, that's how it's gonna be. Now, once everything get back to normal, you'll see how some of this stuff drop off, just like every other. I hate to keep using Marvel, but MCU characters, they stuff drop off when said character didn't do what people thought it was gonna do, or it just died down after the new movie come out.
Yeah. Al, Larry, welcome to the panel, my man.
Yo, what's up?
How you doing, brother?
Hey, chilling, bro.
All right. All right, Al.
Well, man, I'm gonna tell you like this. I wish that I had the wherewithal to buy some of these titles that's blowing up. Because as far as my collecting, I'm one track. You know, I go in the store and I look for what I look for, and then I'm out the door. And then I'm looking around and I'm like, man, why come I couldn't pick this up? Why come I didn't get this? Why come I didn't get that? Case in point, I had every opportunity to get Ultimate Fallout 4. I've seen that book in $5 bins, and I just didn't really care about Miles Morales. Nothing against the character, but I don't know, man. I mean, it's to me, it's kind of a touchy thing because when you're dealing with today, as far as these modern keys and stuff, I kind of agree with X in respect to the fact that we're in this pandemic and the pandemic is driving the market. But I'm also seeing a trend that every little thing, like, it seems to me that it's so much. All it takes is for one nudge. All it takes is for one particular person or one particular entity or one particular writer or one particular artist to just say doo-doo. And then all next thing you know, everything is just shooting up, you know. I guess that's just the way where we are right now in comic collecting. I think it could be good for those who collect and flip on a short-term level. It could be bad for those who collect for the collecting purpose. Me, I collect. I do have a few books outside of what I normally collect that I look at like, okay, well, I'm gonna hold on to these books. But at the same time, I collect to read. And y'all know with my X-Men collection, daggum near everything I got is a key for right now. But when it comes down to it, I'm not that type of person where I would just go out just to buy a book. Now, I will say, Stone Cold Steve said, which makes a lot of sense. I think it was last week's show on Sean's show, where if you can get those books, if you could get as far as the speculation books and capitalize on flipping those books while they're hot, then you could take that money and then use that money to buy books that you want, like Silver Age books, Golden Age books, that type of thing. To me, that's actually just, that makes sense, because me, you know, most of the stuff I get currently is Silver Age stuff. So, I mean, as far as it goes, it's kind of a touchy issue. You know, you got some people, they're gung ho. You know, they're looking at the Ultimate Fallouts and the hip hop, the Spider-Man and the Gwenpool hip hop variants, and they're looking at that as being, I ain't gonna say the next giant size, but they're looking at those particular books to hopefully maintain value. I feel like certain books may retain their value, some books won't. No, I'm on the fence with no, but it just depends on the market, man, and the popularity of the character.
Larry, we're talking about the exploding of modern comics, and just how long can you think this is gonna go on, man? I mean, it's one of those situations where it just seems like we talk about this all the time when we talk, just like the most random of random books that start flying, just taking off, and it'll be obscure books that, like Al said, you've seen this book in dollar bins for years. We go. You know how we travel. We go to 10, 15 stores, sometimes a month. And we see these books just sitting in these buck bins or whatever. And then all of a sudden you look up a year later and now it's a $2,000 book. Is this something that you think that's going to be, is this a standard being set? Or do you think this is just because like Xavier said, we're in the middle of a pandemic. People are at home and people are kind of pushing, hoping that this stuff takes off, that they can make a profit. Kind of like, manipulating the stock market, rather.
I would say I think it's kind of like the stock market. You took the words out of my mouth. I don't think it's due to the pandemic, man, because we saw some of this stuff happening before. But definitely, I think anything can trigger the market, like Al was saying, whether it be a rumor about the Illuminati. So now New Avengers 7 is now a $20 book, when we all know that was a dollar book at Dave's for God knows when, or for what unknown reason that Invincible Iron Man #9 variant is $180 on Key Collector. Like, I got that book for like $2.50 somewhere. So I mean, I don't know if it's gonna stay, but I told Al a long time ago, I thought Marvel with those inclusion characters like Riri and Miles, I always thought those characters would eventually take off anyway, just because it gives you something new, and it gives people something to collect other than Peter Parker and Odin and Odin's son. It just gives you something different. You can't have the same characters forever. You got to give the new generation of comic book readers something to look forward to, other than Uncle Ben. So I do think that I do think this trend is gonna stay. But like X was saying, that when you get like something like a movie cameo or something like that, it's gonna spike. I'm not saying it's gonna go back down to a $5 book or something like that, but this $300, $500, whatever, it's not gonna stay. They might drop down to $100, $150, but it's gonna increase the value.
I mean, even then, if you drop it down to that $100, $150 range, I mean, that's still a solid hold on the book.
Yeah.
So Al, go ahead, brother.
So let me do this then. Let me throw a little wrench in the system. All right. So I don't know if y'all remember the message that I put in the personal in the little group that we're in earlier, but take the process away from the new books, the modern age books, and apply that to books that are currently in the market circulating. How do y'all feel about certain books in reference to speculation that keep they go up for no particular reason aside from the fact that people are speculating? And I'm gonna use the example that I used earlier today. Youngblood #2, Rob Liefeld, their first appearance of Prophet. When they announced that they were supposed to be doing something with that character about 2 months ago, that book went up from a 50-cent book to like a $25 book. That don't make no sense.
And it's a mass printed book too at that.
I mean, I'm talking about no feet. We talked about this earlier on Sean's show. No feet, pouches everywhere, across his neck, the whole 9 yards. How do y'all feel about that when it comes down to speculation? Because y'all know how I feel about that to a degree. Because it seems like, and this is just my opinion, it's gonna come a point in time where speculation is always good. Don't get me wrong, but it seems like the speculation, the aspect or the concept of speculation is starting to spiral out of control, at least to me. So how do y'all feel about that in general?
X, I'll let you tackle that first.
So, I don't like it, but it's something that's been around forever and it's not going away. You know what I mean? It sucks depending on what you collect and what you like, because depending on that particular wave of what's hot and what's not, you know what I'm saying, it might affect your collecting, but it ain't going nowhere no time soon.
Larry?
I totally agree with X. I mean, it depends on what you collect. X knows, just like, I don't know you other two, but X knows, man, we collect sneakers. And all you got to do on Saturday morning or whenever they drop, if they sell out, all you got to do is look at the secondary market. You know, that shoe's going to spike 50, 75, depending on what it is, $200, you know, from retail. And that's just the internet. That's the wave of information. It's just like, it's the new norm. It's just what we live. And if somebody has a way to get an idea of what somebody else wants before they want it, then hey, they're gonna do it. Right. And that goes with comics, sneakers, pops, right, anything you could think of.
Yeah, I think it's here to stay. I think that a lot of these older books that we have are going to try. It's kind of funny because you kind of have to think about it this way. You know, imagine the guys that were buying the Hulk 181s, and back in the day, and they started noticing, these books started going up, So I think we're kind of in between the bridge of books
Not order. He didn't freeze, did
What?
whole value.
he? Hey,
There you
Yeah, I
go.
think, man, the weatherman, yeah. Hey, Cox Cable, man. The
Hey, man,
thunderstorm.
you can't use my
Hey,
excuse.
in the comments to sit that storm up there, man.
Hey, I'm on calls right
hey,
now.
I'm okay.
Y'all on the other side of time, though. Y'all on the other side of time. I'm in the field. But anyway, I think that a lot of those books that were overlapping errors, where books that we thought were absolutely worthless, are books that are now starting to, off of a whim, are starting to become, like Al said, a $20 book. I mean, Youngblood is probably one of the most overprinted books that you can think of when you think about the era. So a lot of these overprinted books, I mean, if you got 4 or 5 of them, which most folks do, because I mean, we see them in quarter bins. I know for a fact I got at least 4 or 5 Wildcat #1 sitting in the room. So,
But you gotta look at who's dictating the market.
this is true. This is true.
Because we are cut of a different cloth, whereas a lot of these collectors now, like everybody that's in the chat right now, we're pretty much on the cut of the same cloth. But what's dictating the market now are these young kids who got into comics because of movies, and their parents, i.e., some of us, you know what I'm saying, are the ones that are paying for this stuff for little Johnny, Susie, whoever it may be. So I think that's why it's not like you got to pay attention to that too, because a lot of these books they're not grails. You know what I'm saying? I mean, every book is a grail depending on who it is,
Depending on
but
who's in it, yeah.
it's not 181. It's not first print Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, stuff like that. You see what I'm saying? So, I mean, they're going to be the futures collectors, so they're the one that's driving the market right now.
We throw 181 out there a lot, but if people had a time machine that could go back, nobody knew.
Steve, that's Stone Cold Steve. That's what he talk about that time machine. All him and Al, they talk about that time machine all the time.
Nobody knew Wolverine was gonna be what it was. So I mean, that's one of them books where somebody probably thought when they bought it, it was straight worthless. It's this new character coming in to fight the Hulk for 1 book or 2 books, and now this guy has spiraled out of control. He took over Marvel for years.
Look at New Mutants '98.
Hold on, Larry. What will make it even so funny, man, is that if you go back to 181, man, Wendigo was actually the man, supposed to be the man in that issue. And then Wendigo was actually at one point one of the Hulk's major foes, what have you. And then he just got completely eclipsed.
Overlooked.
Yeah, completely eclipsed when Wolverine showed up. Like, yeah, man, we'll holler at you, man. You out.
I mean, look at Gideon.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Forgot about Gideon.
Lord, so much potential, and Deadpool just get out.
Back to what you were saying, Deadpool '98, about 5 years ago. I mean, astronomical, man. I mean, we were going to shows, and you see that book, man, $1,200, $1,400, just absurd prices. Like, whoa! And then after the movie came, it just, now you see them all the time, But at one point, it was absolutely insane at how much some of those books were going for. Let's go to the chat here and pull up a couple of these here. Saw earlier, Stay Puff said, if a book is a hot book, I'm not paying a high price for it, especially if it's a modern book. Yeah, that's pretty much how we all roll, man. Hey, you can find it, because see what happens, man. I think, was it Larry? What was it yesterday? You said
Throw number 5.
Yeah, throw number 5. Well, hey, how much is Will selling throw number 5 for, man, down at the Plus?
Hey, it's a bit, man. With 100.
$100.
Raw.
So, yeah.
Raw.
Yeah, raw. But that's what I'm talking about. Is that you can't.
She laughing. Ace laughing.
You can't
with the cat dander on it.
You can't sell a book for $100 bucks. That book just came out, right, Larry? Because I'm not.
About a month ago.
Okay, so I that's what I was telling him earlier. I don't know exactly how this is falling, because I hadn't been reading Thor, so I just got in on Black Winter. So, but $100 for a book that as I was saying earlier, we're still trying to figure out if this is going to be even recognized as a true first appearance. You remember, I brought up earlier. You remember when the Red Goblin rolled into town? Everybody was like, "Well, what issue? It was 790. What was it? 795 all the way up to 801 or something like that." And folks still trying to figure out what was what. You know, this is the same situation.
And which variant
And
was
what
gonna be
variant?
the hot one?
Which
Yeah,
ratio variant?
right.
Which Alex Ross variant? Which
But
Del
that's
Auto
the problem.
variant?
That's the problem with Noah right now, because a lot of people think that Venom #3 variant is the first cover appearance, but they're saying that Venom #5 actually eclipses that. So it's like, where do you go? Or Domino. Domino had the same issue. Like, is it X-Force 8? Is it X-Force 11?
Right.
Yeah, you almost have to just wait to CGC throw it on the slab, and you got to hope and pray. You know. Yeah, that Miles Morales, what you call it, variant is on fire. We talked the Jurevich variant on fire, man.
All his variants.
Everything. I mean,
That's what I don't understand, though.
Like that? Who would have thought the hip hop variant would have been that price, man?
What I don't understand about that. So this is going kind of circling back to a video game dictating something. His books didn't shoot up like this when Into the Spider-Verse came out. But the minute they said he was gonna have his own game on the PlayStation 5, it skyrocketed. That's what I didn't understand, because it's the same character, ain't nothing changed. He was already in the game, the previous game leading up to, so everybody already knew it was coming. So how did that make those books jump instead of a movie about him, and a damn good movie at that was strictly about him? I don't understand that.
I think Miles has been on the bubble for a minute, though.
I tell you what, that was a strong ass bubble, and it took the strongest damn needle to make that bitch pop.
Sure did.
Yeah.
But I think people liked him for a minute, and I think this just kind of, like you said, I think it just burst the bubble.
Well, I mean, I'll use another book, Black #1.
Strong man contest bubble.
Black #1, in light of the Black Lives Matter movement. Black #1 went from being what Al we're gonna say probably about a $10-15 book, roughly $10-15 book, to damn near now it's almost $100. And if you can find that the convention version, then you really sit on some gold. And it just goes to show you how fast society can dictate the price of a book. And if you got the right book at the right time, then yeah, you pretty much good to go, man. Because in the last 3 months, I've seen some books that I would have never thought. And when I think about jacked up prices, I'm thinking about that Miles Morales hip hop variant, because all of us got that book out of a buck bin, you know, and then you start seeing the other ones starting to go up. You know, it's quite crazy, man.
Bro, Larry sitting on a gold mine, boy.
The funny one I saw was the one where the police officer got Miles Morales on the car, and that one was like $20 for no reason. That book has nothing going for it.
Yeah, Kingdom Comics brings up a good point, man. Like if you specking hard right now, diversity characters are absolutely those those books, man, are absolutely taking off. America Chavez is gonna be next. Mark my words.
Hey, I was on it 2 years ago.
Mark my words. America Chavez is gonna be next. Kamala Khan. Yep. Yeah. And then once again, she's gonna be in this game coming out. When does that game come out, y'all?
Avengers game.
Yeah, sometime in a couple of months. So that's gonna be on fire, you know.
And she's the main character.
Yeah, that's what's bumping her, because she is the main character.
Yeah.
So her first appearance is gonna be about $500 in September.
I mean, that's already, that book was out. It was Marvel .1. I mean, how we looking at it now? That goes back to
right, which is the first.
Which y'all going with? Who's the first appearance? Because she's on Marvel .1, and then you got
Captain
Marvel, and then you got the actual when she's on the cover of her own book. So how are we doing this? You know, and so that's a book that me and Steve talked about this on Sean's show last week. When you had those books that they high, and then they drop down, and then they just sit, and then when it goes back up, it goes all the way back up. to the stratosphere.
Well, I think Williams was crazy though, because the events for Iron Man number 7, 8, and 9 all went up, but her actual book didn't go up at all.
Yeah.
What book y'all think gonna go up for Storm outside of Giant Size with all the push that she getting right now?
All right. So if I had to tell somebody, I would say go get the Black Panther when they got married. That that's gonna be one for the blurs. They'll when people, because see, this is stuff we already know.
I hate that term.
I know. That's why I said it. I just said it. I was trying to get a rise out of Al. I was trying to get a rise out of Al, but Al didn't fall for it. But anyway, the black nerds who are the ones that I refer to as the folks that were not Black Panther fans, but all of a sudden the movie showed up and now everybody's a Black Panther, fan. And everybody wants to get on the bandwagon, get on it. But when they realize that Storm and Black Panther were married, then they're gonna make a big deal out of it. And that's one that I can see probably being a $25, $30 book. Nothing out of the ordinary. Storm wise, Al, I'll let you take a tackle of that one, man. You and Larry are much more versed in the X-Men mythos than I am.
Off the top of my head, the books that I don't know the issue numbers, but there was one that it detailed her history. It's an uncanny book, but it gave origins to her backstory. That one, I can see that possibly being a key. I can see where she lost her powers.
Yeah, I was gonna say that one with 4.
Yeah, where she fought Callisto and became the leader of the Morlocks, and then she whooped on your boys behind Larry and took over the mental of X-Men with no powers. She laid the smackdown Cyclops' candy ass. Yeah, I can see that those two books, and I can also see, and this is just me talking, but Uncanny X-Men 266.
I think you mentioned that on your
because that book. What you say?
I think you mentioned that on your list.
No, I didn't mention that one. No, I didn't mention that one. But I mean, if you're looking in the Storm, could see 266. Of course, that's
Gambit.
The second appearance of Gambit. But yeah, I said it. It's the second appearance. But because of the fact during that time they paired Storm up with Gambit, because when they went through the Siege Perilous after fighting the I think it was the Reavers.
Reavers, yeah.
She reverted back to a child, and she was in, I think, Egypt or somewhere pickpocketing, and that's when she met Gambit. So I think that book right there, alone with the inclusion of Gambit in it, is probably going to be a possible book to speculate. But those 3 books, her origin story, and I think the Shadow King has something to do with her origin. I can't remember.
Yep.
But him.
What y'all think about 173?
Which one is that one?
Well, other people collect it because of Silver Samurai, but it's the first time with the Mohawk.
That's what I would say. That any of her costume changes. That's what I was going to say.
Well, that was around the time she lost the powers, though, right?
Yeah, I think she lost the powers.
That was because she lost the powers, and because she lost the powers, she wanted to change, and that's when she went to the leather and the cut off vest, and that's when she cut her hair. So yeah, those particular books, I can see possibly, but that's just me talking. So
don't let her kiss Wolverine in the movie.
Hey,
everything is skyrocketing.
They do have a cover.
I know.
Larry, your thoughts?
I agree with Al. That he said the same what I would say. The one she lost her powers, and she didn't beat Cyclops per se. I think Cyclops kind of let her have that one.
Whatever.
But and like we said, the Black Panther ones, and any cover ones, any cover appearances you could probably find as well. You might want to find the limited series though. I think the limited series is probably underprinted.
Which one though? Were you talking about the first one?
Yeah, that very first one with the the 90s holographic cover.
Yeah, I got that one. That was a 4 issue. Matter of fact, I posted issue 1 on my IG page. About a week ago. You're right. Yeah, now I can see that that miniseries, and then of course the wedding of the century. Now I'm gonna be honest with you. Shannon was talking about Black Panther covers on his show earlier. There's one that I'm pretty sure, because I wish to God they had a poster. That's that Black Panther Volume 4, number 18. It's a Michael Turner variant. And it's a picture of Storm up in the air. The back is she's in the blue. If you could you pull it up, man, if you can find it. It's a Michael Turner variant.
Is that the one when it was raining?
I think so, but man, Storm looks so good in it.
What's that issue, Al?
It's Black Panther number 18, volume 4. And it's a Michael Turner variant. That is a beautiful cover. Like they should have done
Oh, yeah, I got this one. Yeah, I know exactly which one you're talking about. Yep.
They should have done put on the screen if you don't mind.
Of course you have it, Matt.
It's a damn shame I got that. I told y'all I forget have stuff and totally forget I have it. This one right here. There we go. All right. Can y'all see that?
Nope.
I cannot see that. All right, hold on.
IT trouble. Look, Sonic.
All right. There we go. All right.
There it is, man. Blow that sucker up, boy. Whoa. Man, if that cover right there, but good God almighty.
Yeah, so
I would like to point out, for me not to be as big on Marvel comics like you all are, for me to know that cover, I'm giving myself some kudos.
That should have been a Virgin variant right there, though, for real.
I agree with that. Yeah.
let me see.
Now that book trending like that right price right there, that's pretty much what that book is trending for.
Not that one. Yeah, we go. This is the one. That's one of my favorite Black Panther covers right there. That's that Del Otto original sin.
He in the Florida Everglades.
That one, and then this is one that kind of went under the radar, man. Y'all can actually get this one. And bulletproof. I don't know if it's
Yeah, two on, boy.
Yeah, so if they ever put them two against each other, boy, that'll you already know that'll be a pricey book. But yeah, to y'all point, it's just one of those things, man, where you got certain characters, which actually gonna lead us into our next segment. But before we get into the next segment, Al has a special announcement that he wants to make to everyone in the chat. So y'all make sure y'all listen up.
All right, folks. As we've been advertising, we're going to do some giveaways. We're doing 3 giveaways tonight, and those giveaways, of course, going to be contingent upon our 300 subscribers. First and foremost, we'd like to thank each and every one of you all for subscribing, liking, sharing the content. We do appreciate it. We do hope you enjoy the stream thus far tonight. Now, I was going to do this differently, but I figured since we didn't announce this at the beginning of the show, what I have done is that everyone that's active in the chat, I've actually taken your names. We have a random name picker, and I've added everyone's name in the random name picker. So what we're going to do probably in about maybe 10, 15 minutes after our second segment, I'm going to go and I'm going to pick a name out of this name picker. And then once I do that, I'll let you know who won. And if you are on IG, you could DM me your address, and that way we can get everything mailed to you. Now, I did post the post on the Comic Hall IG page and also on my page in reference to the prizes that we have. So the first one that we're going to give away, I'm going to go ahead and show it, is the Batman Who Laughs Funko Pop, which is a PX review. Oops. Could you blow me up, please, Matt?
All right, there, brother. Hold on. I'm doing some reconnaissance.
All right. This one right here, the Batman Who Laughs Funko Pop. It's an exclusive. And also, the Batman Who Laughs #1. This is uh the Dark Knight's Metal tie-in. This basically has his origin story in it. So you'll get both the Funko Pop and you'll also get this comic. Now this comic currently is going for about 20, 30, $40 on eBay. But if the random picker picks your name, is yours along with the Funko Pop. So we'll be doing that in about 15 minutes.
All right. So let's continue with the thing that we are already on. We're going to be talking about if you, and we kind of segued into it. If you have a character or a group that you would suggest for anyone who's looking tonight that wants to, under the radar group, or someone that you think that we could probably see an uptick on. I mean, it doesn't have to just be Marvel; it can just be anything. What would you suggest? And to those in the chat as well, if you have a character or a group, who do you think that is someone that we need to be on the lookout for? Larry, I'll let you go. I'll throw you into the fire first on this one.
I mean, without a doubt, the X-Men. But I think the Dark Avengers, the Illuminati, who else? America Chavez. I think they said she's supposed to be introduced in Doctor Strange 2. We already said Kamala Khan. That'd probably be it, as far as I can think. Oh, Yelena Belova, of course. She's gonna be the Black Widow going forward from here on out, anyway. So.
Yeah, I mean that's one of those ones that you had told me to grab. You like grab it, and then lo and behold, you're right. X.
He said the main one I was gonna say was Illuminati. I think everybody, even though it's been spec for a long time, everybody pretty much already been collecting it, but get back on Moon Knight. He's starting to pick back up. And it's crazy to sound anything Joker, especially with the Joker War starting and the 3 Jokers about to come out. I feel his stuff gonna start skyrocketing again.
Al.
Hey man, y'all know who I'm gonna say off the rip. So
Alpha Flight.
They've been picking up, man. I still think the Alpha Flight. Quote me on this panel chat. I predict the Alpha Flight's going if Disney moves forward with Alpha Flight in the MCU, I see Alpha Flight achieving the same success as the Guardians of the Galaxy.
That as far as like a sneaker, not a sneaker.
As a like
sneaking up on you and everything.
Right, because my thing is Alpha Flight they have everything they need. I mean, for one, there's diversity on the team. Number 2, they have an X-Men-esque type feel, but they're not the X-Men. Then on top of that, they're the next best thing in terms of the comic books to the X-Men than the X-Men are, if that makes sense. So, because I mean, the X-Men and Alpha Flight, they're right there together. I mean, X-Men, 179, I can't remember the name, the first appearance of Alpha Flight. They're right there. So my thought process, if I was Feige or somebody in Disney, I would actually pair them up. If you announce the X-Men, Alpha Flight shouldn't be far, or they should be right there. They should be joined at the hip. If the Alpha Flight is announced, which they have been rumored to be talked about in the boardrooms, then the X-Men I feel like wouldn't be that far away. Now, one thing that you have to consider with Alpha Flight, this probably won't be, I say maybe phase 5 with the way things are going right now. I don't see them showing up. Matter of fact, I don't see the X-Men showing up no time soon. But Boatwright just puts up Mariner. So Mariner, I would think that he would be a shoe-in for the next Black Panther movie. They already set it up. I mean, that little blurb that everybody holding on to about that earthquake under Wakanda, I mean, if they ran with that, he already in the MCU. Well, if you think about it, he is already in the MCU. Because even back when what was the Iron Man 2, when Nick Fury was talking about the Avengers Initiative at the end of the movie, and he
Yeah,
had that map,
he was on the map.
up. Yeah.
Yeah.
They had Wakanda on the map, and they had Atlantis on the map. So he's already there. They just need to go ahead and bring him. But yeah, Alpha Flight, Submariner, Nova. In terms of DC, I don't know, man. DC be tripping sometimes. But I would personally like to see Firestorm in the DC as far as the universe. I hate the Legends of Tomorrow Firestorm. I really do. I mean,
The first one or the second one?
both of them.
Aren't they doing something solo with Deathstroke?
They don't know. Well, see, you know, Deathstroke was in Justice League, but he wasn't.
Might be a part of Snyder Cut.
He might be.
He might very well be of that. Yeah.
So Deathstroke would actually be a good choice if DC followed the route of Deadpool. But I mean, that would be more of a darker movie. It wouldn't be no comedy involved. But Deathstroke would be a good character to explore. Heck, even with DC, the Legion of Superheroes could be a good choice. But DC got some restructuring to do, man. Hopefully, after this Black Adam drops, they could get back on track. So,
what about X-Force, man? Do you think it's too early to? I mean, because folks gonna say, well, he was already in Deadpool.
Too
movie,
soon.
I think. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh no. What I'm saying is that if you collect, and I mean, all of us have already got X-Force #1 on this panel, but I would say grab that, just sit on it, just hold it.
Man, that's like the second highest selling comic book of all time, man. You don't need to grab that book, man.
I mean,
It's about 4 movies.
Hey, we talking about Youngblood #2, man. I mean, you said,
it's like saying grab X-Men #1 from 1991, bro. If you're a comic book collector, you do not.
wait a minute now, Larry. You got that variant. Wait a minute now, Larry. You got the what's that one you got?
Which one?
The one that we found downstairs that time in
Magneto.
Oh no, he talking about the one that was signed.
Yeah, you got that signed special version with the COA.
Talking about the one that come in the white envelope.
Nah, it was one that we had signed by Jen Lee.
I got one that got a certificate of authenticity, and it's in a white envelope that's sealed. I ain't even open it. Like,
I can't believe that comment.
I think X-Force 1 is too soon. I honestly think it's too soon, man.
I think they tore up all hopes of X-Force, man, with Deadpool.
X Factor?
Killed.
I don't think so.
Okay.
I think if going with whenever WandaVision come out, I think that's gonna fix a lot of things potentially. And I meant to say earlier, I'm sorry, Al, but I did mean to say Nightmare and Scarlet Witch, because she getting all this pub too. You know what I mean?
DC Universe, what up, Mr. Miracle, man?
I can see that, but it's got to be done right. It's got to be done correctly. Yeah. DC they need to restructure, man. I mean, because DC, they have their properties. I mean, they have some really good properties that they could explore, but the problem is I call it the Batman Supermanism. Like, they feel like all their problems could be solved if they keep revolving around those two characters. And I know Batman is their biggest cash cow when it comes down to comic books. I understand that, but you can't. I mean, it's only so far you can eat bread sandwiches and want peanut butter. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to give me some. Got to give me something else. Put me some jelly on that peanut butter.
Well, they're talking about I think Santana. They're probably working on Santana property. But the problem with the DC is that DC has the foot and mouth syndrome, and it's kind of piggybacking off of what you said. Like
in terms of comics or movies.
Movies.
Oh, okay. All
yeah,
right.
movies. Yeah, they have the foot and mouth syndrome where they tend to always it's like they get in their own way a lot. And we've talked about this before on this panel.
It's Warner Brothers that get in their way.
Warner Brothers, yeah, Warner Brothers, yeah. I always get corrected on that too. Yeah, Warner Brothers has a tendency to where they would not let them do their job. Say, hey, y'all know this stuff better than we do. Let's get it to the best of our ability. Let's put out a good product. Well, now you see we got to release a whole Snyder cut that could have been released the first time.
That movie better be the greatest thing ever. I'm talking about for all these folks that's been clamoring and begging to see this. It better be the greatest thing ever made. Like revolutionized,
and I hope it is.
Of everything.
Honestly, I hope it is, because then that proves a point that we've been talking about for the last 3 or 4 or 5 years when it comes to DC.
I don't think it'll prove anything. If anything, it'll just prove Zack Snyder's track record as a director. One good movie, a bad one. One good movie, a bad one. One good movie, a bad one. It's the same. He does the same thing every time.
Well, what I'm saying is that what the point I'm making about it is that it stopped. DC has to, Warner Brothers has to get out of their own way when people are doing projects. You hire talent to do stuff. Let them do their damn job, you know. And then you can maybe start righting this ship, you know, because can't afford a couple of those screw ups.
Well, I mean, sometimes you can't live. I put like this. I think, and I'm not a huge DC fan, but what I do watch is like Titans. Bro, when they first released the press release for Titans, everybody trashed it, man. They said, man, look at Robin's costume. They got Starfire looking like a hooker. Bro, that's like low key the best thing I seen from them, man. I enjoy it. You know what I'm saying? Swamp Thing was good. I don't know, like I said, I don't know what happened with the production, or they were saying certain things weren't signed off on it, but Swamp Thing was good. I think everything they put out on the DC universe.
Doom Patrol is
good. I would say that's the one I really hadn't got into because I don't know much about the Doom Patrol. But everything they put out on there, man, is pretty good. So they can definitely make good stuff. And just like Brock said, man, the animated movies were superb.
Yeah, but they let that whole team go.
I saw that, man. I was like,
that's ridiculous.
That's AT&T that did that.
Yeah,
because they own Warner Brothers in DC. Well, not Warner Brothers, but they own DC.
Yeah, that's ridiculous, man. I mean, when it comes to like animated movies, man.
Well, they own Time Warner.
Top of the line. All right, so we'll go to the chat. Let's see what everybody's saying in the chat room. All right, so watch DC for Black Adam and Naomi. Naomi is somebody. Let me see. If I was throwing Naomi out there, I would probably just throw her under the umbrella of the whole Black Lives Matter. You know, black superhero, female, ticks all the boxes. Black Adam is still in. We got to see how that. You know, you got to see some trailers for Black Adam. Let me see.
Hey man, almost everything The Rock in is gold. So
you right.
I'm like for real though. Like it ain't. It's almost like not even his name, but the man can actually act now. So
yeah, how do you feel about Black Adam? Well, I mean, so far what you've heard. I mean, how do you feel about it? You know, because I think that they announced that somebody else is going to be in that movie, like in the last week or two.
Oh God, I can't remember. It was another character. Jeez, I can't remember his name.
They add a character every year. I've been like 10 years in the making now.
You know, my thing, you know, being a fan of Captain Marvel, the real Captain Marvel.
Shots fired. Shots fired.
I know, man.
Larry, please mute your microphone.
Because I'm right there with you, Al.
I don't want to hear none of that garbage you talking. Garbage. Okay, so I honestly think that this is just me. If they do the movie properly, I think it would be. Oh, I know they're introducing some of the Atom Smasher from the Justice Society. They cast. I can't know.
That's it. Atom Smasher. Yeah, you're right. Atom Smasher.
I don't know the guy's name, but Atom Smasher. You know. But anyway, if done properly, I honestly think it would actually help the DC universe. But my thing is that whatever they do, the movie needs to be made with the intent that it does not overshadow Shazam. Because if it overshadows Shazam,
I think that's gonna be. I think that's what's going to probably happen because of what Xavier said. You got The Rock playing that part. I mean,
I think they could do it, but the thing of it is, it's got to be a situation where The Rock goes in with the intent on, okay, so we're doing a Black Adam movie, but keep in mind that this movie is only a subsection of uh, 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 a property that includes, Shazam and the Shazam family and all that kind of stuff. Because y'all know I really enjoy Shazam, and based on that movie has the sequel has the potential of being even better by them adding Dwayne Johnson or The Rock into the mix as Black Adam. But that movie cannot overshadow Shazam, because if it does, they're gonna have a really hard time trying to pull back the reins.
So you saying they should do like a Ragnarok type of thing where they incorporate both of it to it, or?
I think what they should do, they should still move forward with a Black Adam movie, but they need to create the movie with the intention on making sure that, like, for example, when they make the movie, they need to reference Shazam. They need to reference the Rock of Eternity. They need to reference the Seven Deadly Sins. They need to put as many tie-ins without overpowering the movie with too many Shazam references to make people see, okay, well, yeah, Black Adam is an enemy of Shazam. So when the sequel comes out, because eventually it's going to be Shazam and Black Adam going at each other, I'm presuming, or the Shazam family, it'll be a lot more organic than just having Black Adam, Black Adam, Black Adam. Oh, Shazam showed up. I wonder why both of them got lightning bolts on their chest. I mean, this is referring to the average casual moviegoer. So, I mean, you want to put in a position where you want Black Adam to flourish as a motion picture, but you don't want it to overshadow Shazam. That's pretty much it.
So you say Black Adam gonna look at like the Venom effect, how they did
Exactly.
You like have no Spider-Man.
Exactly. Because I mean, if you look at it, I mean, yeah, Black Adam existed. Hey, Lady Fantastic, would The Rock be the best Black Adam at this point?
Yeah, right.
I think so.
I mean, he wants the part. I mean, that's when you think about it, Al. This is a part he wanted.
He's been begging for it.
He's been begging for it, so he's gonna put forth he's gonna put forth his best effort. And he typically does well when he's a villain.
He might end up being to Black Adam what Ryan Reynolds is to Deadpool.
Yeah,
they both wanted those parts.
Not only that, but he could actually be just like what the Joker was for the Batman trilogy. You just never know.
I thought you were finna say Joaquin Phoenix.
Oh man,
or Jared Leto, or anybody after Heath Ledger.
Yeah. No, I'm talking about. When I said the trilogy, you knew what I was talking about.
Yeah, I knew what you're talking
about. He was about to have a stroke. I mean, that Joker, boy, he was.
You were ready, boy.
He was looking like me when I found out I had the COVID. That's exactly how
it was. Al, technically, like I agree with what you're saying, but some parts I do disagree with. I think it would actually benefit both of them if Black Adam was bigger, because this is supposed to be an origin story. So if it's going to be his origin story, it's before Billy Batson became Captain Marvel.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So it'll lead into like just kind of like keeping Captain Marvel out of it. I'm sorry, Shazam for Larry, but keeping him out of it until the end of the movie. You know what I'm saying? So when that'll be the best thing. So when Shazam 2 comes out, it's gonna blend perfect. You know what I'm saying?
Well, you said it right the first time, but what I'm saying is this. They can do that, but what I'm saying, the overall feel of the movie, you don't want to put a movie out with Black Adam and just totally avoid Captain Marvel. You want to keep the audience reminded in some kind of way that Shazam is tied to Black Adam in whatever ways that they could tie them together. Now, of course, you're going to want to, because I mean, Black Adam in the comic book is pretty much an anti-hero, and at this point he's kind of like Black Panther, because Kandar, he's like, don't nobody else for Kandar, you come in here, you get dealt with, that type of thing. So he's kind of like on that tip now. But I think they'll probably go for more of a villainous type role in the movie. But like I said, it just doesn't need to be a situation where they just overpower it to the point to where, he is, I don't want to say top build over Shazam, but top build over Shazam. So,
well, all right. Let's move on. We're gonna go scoot on to our next segment. Our next segment is I don't know if everybody.
Matt,
Yeah.
slow down. Looking at our chat.
What we got? Let me see.
Just not the YouTube one. Just look to your left. Slow down. Look to your left.
Oh, yeah. Just flag me, man. Cause what happens?
We trying.
hold on, son. Hold on.
Hey. All right, Al, go ahead, man. Go ahead. Let's pull a name. Al, let's pull a name out of the hat, man.
Okay, so I'm about to pull a name from the random name picker. Now, anyone that's actually joined after I put the names in the original name picker, if you want to be a part of the next two giveaways, just type your name in the comments and I'll add you into the random name picker. So let's see here. I am working with this random pick here. And give me a moment, guys and gals. Pick a random name winner. And our first winner is Derek Thomas.
What?
Derek Thomas.
Wow.
So Derek Thomas, you have won.
Show him what he's won. Show him what he's won.
You won the.
How does Negro win?
Right.
He just texted me something, man, talking about some Shazam, talking about the whole movie was whack. I wouldn't even see that.
He said Shazam.
Whoa.
He said Shazam. That's what it was. He said Shazam.
I think Cox got Al. Cox got Al.
Al said nope. You win nothing this week.
Yeah, he had just hit me, man. Somebody y'all talking about Shazam, like the whole movie was whack as hell, and then he gonna win.
Oh my goodness! All right, we'll wait for Al to get back because he's having technical issues. All right, so have y'all had a chance to see the new Mutants trailer?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I did.
What did y'all think about it? I mean, I was kind of confused with what was going on.
I did feel the same way about it.
Yeah, I was just like, man, I don't know about this, man.
I feel like what was the purpose of it?
I think New Mutants from the beginning has always been one of the movies, man. Kind of like Logan, where it's gonna be one of the things where I got to see it. I can't really make no nothing off the trailer.
Al, did you still got the?
So you all right over there, man?
Man, Cox Cable made me sick.
I understand. Hey, you got to tell me. I know.
Anyway. Congratulations, Derek Thomas. You won Batman Who Laughs Pop, and you won the Dark Knight's Medal #1. I don't think you on Instagram, but
he on there.
Oh
he
yeah.
On there. Yeah,
okay. If you're on Instagram, you know what? I don't even know why I made that asinine statement because there's millions of people on Instagram that don't know you well. Duh. But my user ID or IG is Dusty Brick Brown. DM me your address. DM me your address and we'll get this out to you as soon as possible. Congratulations once again. And also, if you just recently joined and you want to be a part of the next two drawings that we have or giveaways, just type your name in the comment section and I'll go ahead and snatch it up and put it in the random name picker. Go ahead, X.
Save the shipping.
Yeah, I will go save it.
Yeah, he's easily attainable here.
Oh yeah.
Okay, that's cool.
You know Derek. You know Derek.
Yeah, you got to see him by face.
Like trust me, you know Derek. Yeah, save the shipping.
What did you think about New Mutants trailer, Al?
Um,
It's it's the same reaction that almost everybody had.
you know, my mindset has actually changed a little bit towards the movie,
Oh wow.
and I'm gonna tell you why. And when I say this,
Oh shit!
That's
Uh,
like me with Logan. That is exactly how I was with Logan.
Larry Crocker, I don't want to hear nothing. I actually see what they're trying to do with this movie. Now, will I go see it if we didn't have this pandemic? Probably not. I would wait until it showed up. I can't say that. I would wait until it showed up on legal streaming devices before. I will wait till it showed up on Disney Plus before I watched it. But
would you wait for it to come with a 3-piece of Celine's?
yeah, Popeye's chicken sandwich with an order fries and sweet tea.
I did not like that sandwich, y'all.
Hey, bro, the spicy one was the stuff.
I did not like that sandwich. It was so overrated.
It was overrated though.
I just can't see why people were fighting over it. That's why I just don't understand that, man. Like, there's
The
other
freshest part of that
things.
sandwich was the pickle.
There's other things in life to fight for. Like, if
Yeah, we're good now, but it's comparable to Chick-fil-A sandwich. So it ain't like
We're fighting to find out if black women show up in 5 or 6. You know, that's what we got. We got to fight over that.
I mean, it was a duffel bag of about $600,000 in it. Yeah, I'll fight. Yeah, I will fight then.
and I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I rather go to Chick-fil-A just for the customer service, man. Like it ain't even worth going over to Popeyes. It's just cause you on. They're gonna be so unprofessional, man. That you ain't gonna even want to eat the food.
Y'all will see me doing sonic booms for $600,000 in the duffel bag, like for real.
As long as they don't mess with my red beans and rice, hey.
But getting back to topic, I don't think personally, from a vantage point of me being a fan of the New Mutants, I still don't. I don't like the premise of the movie, but I understand where they're coming from with it. I do. By watching that trailer, the last trailer that they came out with, I understand now. Now that doesn't make me any more of a fan of the movie because I'm still not wanting to see it. But I get the gist, it's more of a psychological thriller than it is a superhero movie. And I don't like that because that's not what the property is. But I mean, I honestly don't see why it's not on Netflix yet because this movie was like 3 years late? Like seriously.
Yeah, I think it was actually supposed to come out this summer.
Yeah,
that movie was supposed to came out years ago.
This movie like 3 years late. Like for real. Like
how long ago has Disney bought Fox?
Been about 1.5 years, going on 2 years.
And they were supposed to come out a year before that happened.
So it's been about 3 years.
Yeah,
so yeah, I mean, I don't know why it's not showing up in the Kmart Blue Light special bin yet. But I mean,
rough ain't that, bro.
If anything, the only reason why I see this movie being released is that Fox is trying to recoup some kind of losses after the sale of the Disney property, the Mutants back to Disney. That's it.
I don't know what they're gonna recoup.
They trying to get some money back. Company picks or something, you know.
That ain't gonna be the way, man. Just number one, I think people are gonna be hesitant to still go to the movies, and number two, that ain't the movie to do it.
That ain't.
Yeah, like Al said, this should be on a streaming service, man.
It ain't the movie to do it. Yeah, they need to do like what Trolls did and just go and throw it out there, man. See what you can make off of it. You never know. Yeah, you might hit the jackpot. But After seeing Magic in that trailer, man, it made me feel a lot better about it. I'm like, Al, I would go see it just to see it, but I wouldn't have very high expectations.
You gonna see it because it got Marvel attached to it.
That too, but
Be honest, man. The Boys trailer. Did y'all get a chance to see the Boys trailer? Season 2?
Yeah.
Looking good, man. Looking good.
Man, Homelander is my dude. I don't know what it is about that dude, man. I don't know what it is about that character, man, but he's like one of my favorite characters on that show. He is evil.
I like the character. I just don't like the actor playing him.
I like the actor too. I mean, he fits the bill for me.
It is something about him that I just don't like.
But
I love him on the show. I love the show. Don't get me wrong.
You don't like the way his hairstyle is.
I don't like his mannerisms.
I think that second season gonna be it's gonna be on fire.
What's my boy name? Black Noir. Ain't that his name? Black Noir. Is that his name?
Yeah.
He said, "Hey man, I right there with him, bro. With my nacho and jalapeno pepper in hand in my house."
I watch it on Disney Plus. All week.
Or Disney or after Disney, bro.
I wouldn't have went to the movies to see it. Man, y'all know how I was about the X-Men movies, man. I went on a X-Men hunger strike, man. The only reason why I seen Logan is because y'all co-signed it. And I didn't watch that in the movie, but it was a good movie though.
All I could do, man, after watching Logan was I looked at Larry. You were right. That's all I can say. You were right.
I even told Larry on the show I was wrong. I was all wrong with that.
I mean, for those who just started following us, man, go back to what was it 2017?
Year 1.
Yeah, go back to our first year. Yeah, it was our first year, and we did a show on it, and we had to apologize. We apologized to Larry.
Yeah.
And we thought they turned the corner, and then as soon as they turned it, you saw another X-Men movie come out.
Right. They went right back.
The Apocalypse came after that.
Yes. Yeah, and speaking of that, I tried to give that another chance and watched it when they put it on Disney Plus, bro. I fell asleep within like the first 10 minutes of that movie, bro, and I was wide awake.
Now, Apocalypse was bad, man.
That was horrible.
That was horrible, and Dark Phoenix was not that much better.
Yeah, I thought it was better than that. Man.
It ain't hard to be better than trash.
And we ain't monetized. You can say it.
I'm talking about that was pure garbage.
Oh man,
pure garbage.
It was bad.
Let me tell y'all something.
I watched Dolph Lundgren sitting Indian style, butt naked in the doggone sewers again before I watched that movie again.
Let me tell y'all something. The people that created X-Men Apocalypse are the same people that don't eat meat. They drink cucumber water at Starbucks. When they go to Barnes and Nobles, they take their sandals off when they read. Those are the people that created X-Men Apocalypse.
Ivan Ooze.
Hey, bro, go ahead. Hey, go ahead, Al. We've been going for
blue Ivan Ooze.
Hey, it's time to tell it like it T.I. is.
You know,
that's why they sold the shit, because they couldn't do anything with it. They had to get rid of it.
It's a doggone shame, man. When that movie came out, you saw cosplay that looked better than Apocalypse.
Made out of cardboard and duct tape that looked better than what they paid millions for.
3D costumes that look more accurate than a Ninja Turtle, not Ninja Turtle, but a Power Ranger knockoff.
Hey, they ain't much better.
But they went back and showed that they actually had the Apocalypse, and they showed it was perfect.
They did.
Yeah, but see, that goes back to what when we used to have those classic rants, man. Which is why, Fox just didn't know what the hell they were doing. I mean, after that third movie, that was it. They just couldn't. They could not go back to the formula that the second movie was. They just completely just botched it after that third one. That damn bridge, they put all the effort that they had into whatever X-Men it was, into that damn bridge.
Hey man, I think X2 was a push. I think, man, at the time we didn't know what to expect from a movie like that, man. So X2 was a push though, but by the time you get to X3, it's like,
yeah, X-Men 3, man. I told you after X-Men 3, they put every resource.
Man.
They hired special people on staff. They hired coffee folks. They hired special janitors. They hired all kind of special people, and they said your job is to make Magneto get this damn bridge up in this movie, and we are gonna make sure that we emphasize this shit. And then not only that, but you know that little boy that's at the daycare that you saw, we're gonna put him in the movie too. And he gonna be a super mutant that nobody knows who the hell this kid is. And then we're gonna put a Juggernaut in there with his brother, but they'll never acknowledge each other.
When you got Juggernaut losing his mutant powers, come on, bro.
Yeah,
come on, bro.
But so this formula, if you ask Matt, you say, Matt, well, what you think about New Mutants? I think it's gonna be the same shit that we've seen with all the other X-Men movies, except the only saving grace is that Marvel has the rights to that stuff now. So I can kind of go, okay, just get it out, get it over with, and then we'll just blow it up and start over.
Look, we don't want to touch Wolverine Origins.
Oh man. I told you, man, Fox just had no clue. I told you every resource was designed for that bridge and the fake our asses on Bishop and Gambit and that Bishop and what you call it in that Wolverine movie.
3 words for X-Men Origins. Will I am.
Well, do.
And the saddest thing about that is Sabretooth was amazing. He was amazing.
Like they botched him big time, man.
Oh my god, he was amazing.
They completely that's another character. Remember, you just never saw. Just completely just botched.
I think in the first X-Men movie they botched him up.
That's where they botched him.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Amazing.
What I'm saying about when I say botched is that they did not capitalize.
Here, they didn't even know who each other were.
I'm talking about it's the character, as far as
I know Sabretooth and Wolverine didn't even know who each other were in the first one, but they grew up as brothers.
Yeah. I got one for you since we're talking about trash right now. Let me go ahead and add this banner here. Let's if I can get this thing.
Puff, you are absolutely right.
Yeah.
Puff, you are so right.
Here we go. Down at the bottom of the screen. This is the next segment right here.
Hey,
is anybody watching this?
Contrary to what you may think, bro, they had posted some numbers. The Walking Dead is still the highest rated cable television show out there, bro. It's still when you go from 40 million to 10 million, you still got more millions than everybody else. So
because ain't nothing else on.
We're in the middle of a global pandemic right now.
Ain't nothing else on.
They can put on reruns of Mama's House.
Hey, they got options, man.
Season 3.
Mama stuff, right?
I think people still watch this just to see how much they gonna mess it up even more.
Hey, wait! Sean got it. The Walking Sleep. He knows. That's man. Sean knows. Let me tell you something, man. This show has been on. They talk about COVID-19 protocols. You talk about how deadly that virus is. The virus that is the Walking Dead, man, the virus.
Who said the virus?
That is the Walking Dead. Ain't Michonne off the show now? Ain't she off the show?
Yeah, she gone.
She gone. Bro, what is this trash?
Brought Maggie back and let Michonne leave.
What is this trash? What is this about? It's been done for the.
You didn't see how she left, did you,
bro? You know what, man? As far as I know, she got in the cab and drove off. I have no clue.
That would have been better than what I saw.
This show, hold on, we get it. Hey, Sean, what are you gonna get? What? The Walking Dead. You talk about straight trash, man. This show has been on this decline since we started this series. Since we started the Comment Hall and Roundtable discussion. That show, we were talking about it back then. You can go back and pull the file.
When Negan first came on.
When Negan killed Glenn and Abraham, that was the decline.
That was it. They went right down the toilet. That show jumped the shark way too quick. They spent too long in season 2 on that damn farm, and that's what really hurt them. They drug it way out. And then you hurry up and sped through the good stuff.
It started dropping at the farm, but then after that,
when you got to the prison,
when they got to the prison, they came back.
I would say the governor to me is when it fell off.
Ah, man, I like the governor.
Yeah, I was gonna say that was probably the best part of it.
I like the governor.
I like the farmer. Bro, anytime Shane was there, bro, I like that.
Shane was oh my God.
Like, come on,
but you know
oh
what?
My God!
Hold on, you know what? In that aspect, let me tell you, because see, looking at it in retrospect, thinking about it in retrospect now, if they were going to do the things that they've done with this show, the last 4 or 5 seasons.
Good Lord, at the hospital, that was in the first
the
6
last,
episodes.
The last 4 or 5 seasons.
That was season 1.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yes, he lost me in the hospital.
But you know, if they're gonna take off characters the way they've taken them off, some of these characters could have stayed, man. I mean, they add, we got folk getting in helicopters, you got folk driving over, all kind of stupid.
But how do you kill Carl?
That's what I'm saying. You got all kind of stupid shit going on in that show.
And they didn't even know what was his name. The dude that played Dr. Dre in the NWA movie. He left like the girl on Family Matters.
You know what's funny?
He come back.
They were talking about he was gonna end up being on Fear the Walking Dead, and then next thing you know, Morgan showed up.
Heath, that's what his name was.
Yeah,
he was with old girl that I couldn't stand. Next thing you know,
Tara.
Yeah, he running away from the walkers and done left her high and dry, and you ain't seen him since.
What about Ezekiel? What was the guy with the tiger?
Yeah, Ezekiel.
That was Ezekiel. Yeah, that's Ezekiel. He got a cancerous knot on his neck now. Still out there trying to fight everybody.
I mean, this show. It's like this is the horse that just keeps getting the hell beat out of it, man. I mean, they beating that horse. They are beating his ass from one end.
Come on now, MC.
I'm gonna say, but I was getting ready to go. I already reached the point. It's their cash cow.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, it's AMC's cash cow.
But you know what though? With all that being said, if The Walking Dead still, to my knowledge, has not had a commercial-free episode.
I think they had one.
That was the one. The episode where it
was like I think it was a 2-hour long episode.
Yeah. It was. No, I know the one you talking about. That was limited commercials. They have not had a commercial-free episode.
Cause that one, it was limited, but the only thing they showed had to do with the Walking Dead game. They didn't show nothing else as far as other commercials. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not taking up for them. Please don't think I'm taking up because that trash ass show.
You talking Walking Dead, Walking Sleep.
All of the above.
I said, man, I was straight up until Negan. After I think, man, that the high that put him at, you couldn't go nowhere but down from there. And that's what happened. I mean, you lost Glenn was the last character that you could afford to lose, and when you lost him, it was just like that's it.
I mean, Walking Dead, man, right now is looking like WWF did in 1995, back when it was Ahmed Johnson.
Oh wow!
I mean, that Portuguese Man of War. That's what it's looking like, man. Yeah, that's what it's looking like right now. Yeah, man, Bastion Booger. That's where we at with it right now, man. With Walking Dead, it is straight lull to sleep, man. And I mean, it's crazy to see this only been 10 years, but we've been through with it for the last 4.
So you mean to tell me we got what? Was it 3 or 4 seasons of Into the Badlands? 3?
Yeah, I think 3.
3 seasons of that show, and that show was amazing. I think it was 4.
It was 4 because the third season carried right over to the 4th one.
Man,
bro, I watched that. Xavier,
religiously. But we got 10 going on 11 seasons of The Walking Dead.
I mean, and exactly. You talking about a show that was top notch. It went off the air on the cliffhanger. Right. Off the air on the cliffhanger.
Into the Badlands, they pay the bills, Holmes.
It never got a chance to even try to
exactly.
It never got a chance to donate to the cause.
Fear the Walking Dead after the 2nd season, but yeah, we still got that going.
See, they cut him off.
Yeah, right. But
yeah, man. Fear the Walking Dead was a show. Remember, Xavier, they had
season
the Walking
1 and
Dead,
2.
Not the Walking Dead, they're not Fear the Walking Dead, but Battlers. They had Battlers. Then we had to wait a year.
Yep.
For them to take both seasons for 2 and 3. We had to wait for them to do it.
Yep.
So
I mean, when you got a series within the first 5 minutes, you're hooked.
You saw the outcry for when that show got canceled out of nowhere. People were pissed. It was a good show,
man.
And if anybody didn't watch the last season of that,
and
y'all
Lord, they did Sunday so wrong, man.
Oh man, Sunday was catching hell them last 2 seasons, boy.
Bruh.
He got his ass whipped the last 2 seasons.
Bruh.
Now peep this, bruh. The Walking Dead, man, was averaging 15 million viewers.
And
season 4, 5.
I'm finna cut him out. This is the same guy that literally vouches for Iron Man 3 people. So whatever he's saying is irrelevant.
I say it wasn't a terrible movie. But I'm just telling you this. Hey, numbers don't lie, bro.
You do know we got you defending that movie on like it's in our archives.
And if you go back, I said
multiple times.
Play it as.
We got you film retracting statements too, Larry.
Hold up. So they got another Walking Dead show starting?
Yep. I think it's Brock. I'm gonna open it up for everybody in the chat room that want to jump in. I want to say it's
that prequel crap.
That prequel, yeah, where he got in the helicopter when
the 3 movie series thing or whatever.
When he was down there by the Omega River, got in the helicopter.
He got that floating on the river.
Yeah, and then he ended up down there over there at Lake Tobosofsky.
Floating in Fort Hill.
Yeah. I mean,
he was series supposed to be coming out sometime soon.
I told you, man, they're gonna Walking Dead, man, because see, what's my show? Better Call Saul. What's my other one? Breaking Bad.
How did we get so many seasons of Preacher?
You talking
but not more seasons of Badlands.
You talking about the shit stains, man.
Right.
The preacher couldn't tell me shit. I don't know none of his sermons because it was that bad. You talk about Trash Man. You talk about at that second season, I was done. You talk about Slow Man.
What was his name? Ass Face.
Yeah.
Ass Face. As soon as I heard them say that, I was like, nah. Nope.
Nothing like the comic book. I mean, it was violent, but violent don't necessarily mean it's gonna be good. And that's exactly what happened with the
Sucker Punch was violent, but it still sucked as a movie.
Yeah, it was absolute trash, man. Yeah, AMC needs to go back to the drawing board. I'm sure there's some properties out there, and I'm pretty sure we'll get some fresh properties after a while. But Walking Dead, man, Fear the Walking Dead ended piss poor last go round, and it started going down, and then went down after. It was crazy. They completely killed everybody.
When Nick died, that's when that show went to shit.
And then his mom, and it was like, oh man,
I wanted his mom to die a long time ago.
But you remember how what's his name? His dad just fell out the fucking helicopter. Just like, what is this? Well, but I mean, it is what it is, man. All right, we're going to I'm going to put the link into the chat, and we'll bring everybody in piece by piece. Have your word on tonight's show. But before we do that, we're going to talk about Al. I know X has probably played it. I don't know if Larry's played it. I have not. Okay, believe it or not, I have not played it yet because I need to get some time where I can really sit down and immerse myself into it. But Ghost of Tsushima is on fire. And when I say on fire, I mean on fire. I go look on my PlayStation friends list, and every single person is playing that game right now. A visual masterpiece. I think the average score is 9.5. I think we've actually said it on one of our past shows. This was probably going to come out of the gate as game of the year. So, have you had a chance to play it, Al?
No.
And what you hadn't played it yet either?
No. Let me tell you why. Sad ain't the word, man. Like, when I bought that game, okay. So I bought the game from Best Buy. Now, Best Buy has been my best friend during this pandemic.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Curbside. Curbside. Way to go. Bought that game the day it came out. Brought it home. I tried to install it. It wouldn't install. I kept getting an error message. Take it out. Delete everything. I'm on YouTube. What's wrong with my PlayStation 4? Wouldn't install. I'm thinking something wrong with my PlayStation 4. So I took Death Stranding that's not installed on my PlayStation 4 just to see if it'll work. It installed. So something was wrong with the disc. So I had to take it back. So they sent me one. They actually mailed. I got the text yesterday saying that they mailed yesterday was Friday. They mailed it out. I won't get it until Tuesday. But I will say that from all the reviews and colleagues and friends and acquaintances that's played it, Sucker Punch knocked it out of the park. Now, Sucker Punch is the developer of the Infamous games. So they pretty much, from what I understand, they did their thing. Now, we were talking about this game last year when they announced it at E3 and how gorgeous it looked. That's what drew me to the game as far as the graphics is concerned. But I've been hearing rumblings about it being a game of the year this year. However, I've seen some dumb stuff, which I was telling y'all about yesterday or Thursday, where you have people, I'm going to speak on it for a quick second, the virtue signalers that are upset because the game is doing well because it was developed by a North American company, when they're basically saying that it should have been developed by a company in Japan. Meanwhile, this is happening for real. Meanwhile, Japanese gamers absolutely love the game. And it's been getting rave reviews over in Japan, but there are some Westerners over here in the United States that's upset because the game wasn't developed by
That show
someone
you how ass backwards we are as a country.
in Japan. I don't understand, man. With everything that's happening in 2020, man, I think this is just one long ass episode of the Twilight Zone.
It's a long ass version of X-Men. It's the extended version of X-Men 3.
Man,
The Outer Limits. So
I don't care who develops a game. If it's great, it's great.
Bottom line, end of story. That's it. I don't care. You can get a monkey in a red suit, and if that monkey in a red suit can put a good game out there, that's good quality. Then I'll take it. It is what it is.
Why you gotta have on a red suit, man? Why couldn't
Let's give him a polka dot. Let's give him a polka dot suit.
Well, that's that term, culture vulture, man. And whoever came up with it, man, it's like crazy or cultural appropriation, shall I say? But it's like it's crazy, man, because people all of a sudden, if you can relate to something, man, and you can actually make good material based off your experiences with it, then I say roll with it. But I don't know.
Why wouldn't you be proud of a game that's doing this well globally being made here? Why wouldn't you be? That just shows how stupid we are overall. Like, we got something that we can, and during this time, we got something that we can just be like, hey, that's all us. But y'all want to say, no, man, it should have been made over there. And I hate these people, man.
we live in a climate, we live in a society at this particular point where people want to champion something. And if they can't gravitate towards this, that, or the third, they're going to latch on to something.
These are the same people where I got to call my team the Washington National Football Team. The Washington Football Team.
Washington Football Team.
Well, this is the thing as far as it goes. When in this particular climate, you have people that, like I said, they want to belong, because in this, people want to be a part of something. And because of that, if they feel or see something that comes along that they want to, jump on that bandwagon, and they're going to do it. Now, There are things that I feel like are justifiable that should be championed, and then situations like a game being developed. I mean, come on, man. We've been gaming for years, and there's always going to be a situation where people are going to develop a game, and it may not be native to a certain area. Or I remember back a few years ago where people were complaining to Capcom about Resident Evil 5, and Resident Evil 5 was over in Africa, and people were infected with the La Plagas or whatever it's called, and folks were getting killed like it's a game. I mean, the
Right.
Resident Evil been over, they were killing folks in Spain in Resident Evil 4.
Like they took the T virus over there.
Yeah, there's a Plaga virus. Resident Evil 1 and 2 was in Raccoon City, was in America.
Now, wait
Right.
the folks get a dose of Far Cry 6. And that's
That
in
game
Cuba.
look good.
And it's in Cuba. So
That game look good. I ain't never want to play a Far Cry game, but this one I might have to buy it.
I think, man, people have always had a voice, man. It's just now with the internet and all the ways, different ways people can do things. Now their voice can be heard, and when it affects people's money, they tend to hit.
Well, they need to be mute.
I think a lot of it is displaced, and it could be, put towards something else. I mean, being upset that a game is successful because it wasn't developed in Japan, to me, I mean, somebody is really important, but honestly, like, if the bulk of people over in Japan are loving the game, why should it even matter? Sometimes we do it. I know I've done it before, but we sometimes put ourselves in a position where we get into a fight that we know we're going to lose, but we do it because we're human. So, but the game has been getting rave reviews, and when I get it Tuesday, I can't wait to play it. So,
I mean, everybody talking about make America great again, but they make a game that's great in America, and you want to send it to Asia?
That's called an oxymoron. All right, so
Just saying.
All right, so with that, we're going to go to our final segment of tonight. For those who are looking to join, this is your last opportunity. We are going to go ahead and get into our last segment, which is ahead, X.
Al. I was stopping you for Al.
Oh, you know what? Okay, yeah, you know what, Al? We can go ahead and do our giveaway, man. Let's do our giveaway, brother.
Well, thank you, Matt.
Yeah.
Matt finna write his name in the chat right now.
No, he ain't. This is if you can see this box, it is brand new. It has not been opened. No, this is not a box from 1983. This is the Triple Changer Astro Train. I might even do my Transformer dude voice. I don't know.
Yeah. Hey man, yeah, come on, man. Come on, man.
The Transformers will return after these messages.
Hey man, let me ask y'all a question, man. How the Transformer fit inside Astro Train, but when he transformed, he was the same size as them?
That's like how Megatron turned into a handgun.
What people fail to realize, the Transformers universe is set in the Marvel universe. So somehow or another, the Transformers got a hold to the PIM particles. And with the PIM particles, allow for the Transformers to increase in size and shape.
Subatomic.
That's the reason why Astrolinks grew to enormous size, and every Autobot was able to get in him.
Now, Starlink, they did right. Starlink, man,
that's right.
He was huge.
But what did Optimus Prime truck go?
Huh?
That's the
Where did
reason
Optimus Prime truck go every time he transformed?
PIM particles.
It just drove off and found his way back. Did you say go eat armor?
The PIM particles allowed it to shrink.
Well, the
stand up in the South shrank. And then when he transformed back into a truck, he let off a psychic impression that allowed for the trailer to
just manifested.
I'm telling you, that's what happened, man. See, that's the part of suspending disbelief that we had to rely upon when we were watching this stuff, because it didn't make sense for a robot like Devastator to grow immensely larger when they merged into Devastator. Think about it. Look how big. Yeah, you think Tripticon and Metroplex, look how big they were when they were in city form, and then they transform into robots. They weren't near as big as they were when they were in the city form.
When you look at Laserbeak and what was his name, Ravage, they were knee high to sound wave, but it
Look at this guy.
I ain't seen this man in a month of Sundays. What's up, man?
Man, didn't know who I was, man. And won the prize, ain't know who I was. I ain't ashamed. Then went to the comic book things with y'all and stuff, man. I feel bad.
Hey, man, I know a few Derricks, okay? So,
I'm the one and only, man. One and only.
I appreciate it. Well, I'm about to do this next one, but this next one is going to be Astro Train. Astro Train. I started to say Triple Changer Astro Train. That's like a tongue twister. So I'm doing the random name picker and picking the random name winner, mixing them up on the screen. All right, the winner is Kingdom Comics. I don't know if he's still in the chat, but he won the Astro Train Triple Changer. So congratulations, Kingdom Comics. If you are still in the chat, if not, then I will hit you up on IG. We have one more giveaway to do, and we'll do that right before the show ends. And I'm gonna send it over to Matt. Take it away, Matt.
All right. So let's hop into this last segment, and that is going to be what is on your radar and what kind of hauls have you pulled, if you've got anything to show. Larry, we'll let you go first. Anything you got to show, brother?
Oh man, ever since I moved, man, space is limited. So the stuff I buy now, I have to put it up, so I don't have anything to show. The only thing I can say I'm looking forward to, so I'm waiting for the X title to pick back up. The Sword of X. I don't know if you picked it up at a free comic book day X-Men book, but
well, your boy had it for $2.99 down at Comic Plus.
I saw that, man.
I wanted to cuss him out so hard, man.
You should have told me. I would have picked up one while I was in Savannah, man, because they were giving them away.
Well, I mean, I'm going up to Origin stores sometime next week. I had to call them. They're not charging for theirs, so.
Oh boy, but yeah, that's pretty much it, man. Actually, I know X gonna be a little shocked, but this Joker War. The Joker War looks real interesting to me. I might start picking that up. But other than that, yeah, just the X titles.
All right, brother Al.
Well, I ain't really picked nothing up new as of late. The only thing that I'm gonna show that I done showed them a couple of times. I'm gonna show them on the show. I picked this one up about a couple of weeks ago.
Banshee.
Oh, Sean Cassidy. And
Did you like the Banshee, man?
Actually, I thought it was an interesting character, man. True story. When I first had a copy of John Size X-Men, Banshee, Colossus, and Wolverine were my favorite X-Men. And then I started hating Wolverine as time progressed because he was in everything.
John Cena.
He was Marvel's. Marvel was his pimp. But
right.
Yeah, I like the Banshee. But that's pretty much it, man. I'm not picking up any books till I either Origin Story sends them to me or I'll go up there and pick them up. So.
Well, we've been gone so long that the hauls we had, because of unnecessary bans,
Yeah.
Everybody put them in the long box.
Hey, everything been logged. Yeah.
Now I did get number 4 of that X-Men Fantastic Four, and I meant to ask you had you read it yet, but I finished it the other night, man, and I really like that Chip Zdarsky, man. He really the way he writes Doctor Doom makes me want to actually read more Doctor Doom stuff. So,
all right, cool. All right, well, I've got just a couple. I've already showed these on Sean's show, but I'll show them on ours as well. I've got the pull myself up here. The Niobe is Life Tribe Called Quest variant. When we went shopping about a month or two ago, I ended up getting the J. Scott Campbell Amazing Spider-Man. Got the 601. Got the X-Men Sword of the Braddocks. And I might have showed this one on a past show. I'm not sure. I think I did, but if I didn't, I'll show it again. I did get the 1 in 100 Gwenpool Holiday Merry Mix-Up. So, the Die Hard tribute there. Derek, you got anything over there you want to show, man? You got any X? You got either one of y'all got anything?
Nah, bro, I haven't been to a comic book store since March. So
I can show y'all a receipt of Junior's new laptop for school.
The limited edition variant. All right.
And I didn't already put my pops up. I'm not finna scroll through. No.
Yeah. Look at that wall now. You don't have to do that, man. You have to do that. All right. Well, with that, we are going to go ahead. Wait, nope, we're not. We're going to go ahead and go to our last giveaway.
I'm here for you, Al. And
Al,
Al,
hey, this is the first night we done giveaways, so I got to get used to it.
Al,
yes, sir.
While you grabbing those, after you show that, I am going to throw something in with that.
Oh, okay.
Oh, and by the way, while Al's getting that ready, I would like to let everybody know that we're going to have John Beatty, who is the artist for Venom, or Lethal Protect, if I'm not mistaken, right? I can't quite remember which one it is, but he's going to be joining us next month, and we'll work that out once we get off the air. We'll figure out the time and date, but we'll let you all know. So we'll probably record that one and then upload it so y'all get a chance to check it out. But hey, we headed places. Al, take it away, bro.
Rogue and Gambit, huh? I might put my name in the pot for that one, bro.
You can't do that, man. Now, this is an oh god, this is an exclusive because Gambit glows in the dark.
Who made these rules?
Say what now?
Who made these rules, man? That we can't.
Uncle did. I just bought it.
What you mean? Who made the rules? You in the group? You in the panel? What are you talking about? Hey, Matt.
Yeah.
Show me right quick because I'm gonna throw this in too.
Oh, okay.
I think it's fitting for
for
those right there. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
That's beautiful, and it looks really clean, y'all. So whoever wins this will be able to get that particular comic book courtesy of Hydro XR 12 and the information that I showed. So if you are not, let's see here. Let's see who I can pick this time. This is the last one. You keep on because it's still going.
I've been coming to America for a minute.
The winner is
right.
Comic Book G-Spot. Congratulations, sir. Now, this gentleman has pretty much everything up under the sun. He has an awesome collection that I've seen, but this will be added to your existing collection. So congratulations. You are the winner of Rogue, Gambit, and what X-Men was that?
24.
X-Men 24. So I will get your information because I do follow Comic Book G Spot. And if y'all don't follow him on Instagram. He has some bomb diggity stuff. And I'll go ahead and get those particulars, and I'll send your information up to Wisconsin.
All right. Well,
Okay, well, hold on a second. Hold the phone. Stop the
Wait.
presses. I'm looking at the chat. And the Comic Book G Spot says, donate, buddy. Give it to Jim. Jim Boatwright. By proxy of the Comic Book G Spot, you are the winner of the Rogue and Gambit and X-Men 24. So give it up for Boatwright Family and Comics. Yeah.
That's good stuff. That's real good stuff right there.
All right. Well, with that, we are back. We're glad to be back. We'll definitely be back soon. We got to try to nail that. We'll let y'all know when, for sure. But we're definitely on the way back. Make sure y'all are following us on IG. There's a lot of our stuff is on IG as well. Because we'll be into next month, next week, right?
Yep.
Sir.
Yeah, we'll be interviewing John Beatty next week. So we'll get him on, and then I'll say probably the following week. We'll figure out the day, but I think Saturday's probably gonna start working well. As long as we in this pandemic, everybody's sitting at home anyway on a Saturday night. So we'll exactly. And
exactly.
So we'll nail it down. But what did I say? So, well, with that, Matt Odom.
Hey, hold on before you sign off, man. I just want to thank everybody for showing up. We hadn't done anything in a while, so we appreciate it. We appreciate the subscription to get us to 300. Thank you so much. Like Matt said, we're gonna try to get some stuff, new content out there for you all. Just want to shout out to just a little podcast. Also want to give a shout out to Lady Fantastic. I don't see her in the chat anymore, but if you all aren't following them, they are some really good comic collectors on IG. So again, thank you for everybody that showed up. We do appreciate you. So here's the 400. So hopefully we'll be able to do something a little bit better than this next time. So
so let's keep it ticking. Smash the like button, drop the Macho Man elbow on it, do whatever you got to do. Just make sure you hit that like button.
Oh yeah.
Subscribe. Make sure you follow us on the comment hall and roundtable discussion. And we are out. And we'll see you all on the rebound. Peace.